When we left Narita Airport, we ended up, there was a little bit of, every time we land in a different country and we have to learn a new public transportation system, there is a little bit of tension that happens.
Delay.
Tension and delay, that's right. So it's not like we hopped off the plane and just zipped directly to our hotel room. I knew the name of the stop that we needed to take. There's actually a shuttle bus from, and I'm not going to pronounce it, I'll put it right up here. There's a shuttle bus from the closest train stop to the hotel. So I knew what train stop we needed to get off on, and I was a little concerned. Well, it turns out there was one spot where you could get a one-way ticket, and there was a person helping people try to find their way onto the correct train. And I approached him and I asked him, of course, first of all, if he spoke English, which he did good enough. And I told him where I needed to go. I showed him the name that I had on the hotel stop, and he helped me find the routing. And he told me to take a picture of the routing to get from Narita to that train stop, which was super helpful, and I'll show you that.
We had to change trains, I think.
We did have to change trains. So, and then he said, this is not the best place for you to buy a ticket. This is really more of a one-way ticket kind of purchase. If you're going to be here for a while, which we were, I think we were there for about 10 days, you'll want to get on this JR train line with this, I don't know if it's pronounced Suica or something like that. The cards?
Oh, yeah.
So he directed me over to a line, and it was, not a short line, but I think there were two or three basically just vending machines to get these cards, and we'll show a picture of the card, so that we could just use that card again and again. So we had a credit card. The vending machine took the credit card. I got a train card for each of the children. I think you didn't have to show a passport or anything to prove that they were children. I think we just had to put their birthdays in. And I will tell you, though, that every time we would go through the train, there would be kind of a ding or something like that. And I think it was so that staff could look up and make sure that the person using the card was actually a child. I don't know if you noticed
for
that.
the kids ones, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, don't try to fudge it. If you're, you put the correct birthday in for your kids, and pay the correct amount. I put $20 on each of the cards, and it lasted most of the time. The children didn't have to.
But you can use cards also for other things, vending machines and things like that throughout the train stations, which was nice.
It's true. Although I think, I don't know how much we used it, but the children didn't have to top up their cards at all. Steve and I had to top up our cards throughout the course of the trip. Mm-hmm. And so, I think all in all, I'm going to do kind of a budget video at the end about the cost of doing our vacation. And I think October was a really good time to go to Japan. The weather was nice.
It was hot. It was nice.
It wasn't.
It's cooler than Thailand.
It wasn't uncomfortably hot. It was warm. It was a good day, I think, to go to the parks.
Yeah.
We did have a little bit of rain, I think, when we were there. But all in all, I think we had friends that went in July, and it was just horrifically hot for their visit. So anyway, I got the train card for everybody, and we went off in the direction that everybody else who was buying the same train cards went, and there was yet another person on the platform who helped us get on the right train. So again, I always ask when I'm in a new country, especially if someone speaks English, and just because it's a little more polite. And typically people will say a little bit, and their English is always way better than whatever.
A lot better than our Thai or Japanese.
That's right. So just try to politely ask if they speak English, and then they will feel comfortable doing the best that they can. And this gentleman was very helpful. He got us on the right train to go in the right direction. I think we got off in the wrong place.
No, that kid got off in the wrong place.
Steve made a friend on the train. We got off the train and ended up making, we had to get on a different train in order to make the next stop. But we did end up eventually getting to our hotel, and right there where we came out of the stop, again, I'll put it up here, there is it was like a mall, and it had a food court right in there. So we didn't necessarily want to stop with our luggage to eat, so we took the luggage back to the hotel, checked in, and went back for dinner. So take a look. Again, the Ibis Styles Tokyo Bay was a great place to stay. We got a room that fits our family better than most rooms ever do. We were so excited because this is a room that fits 5 people. It's not giant. I mean, I think you're going to find that rooms in Japan are not. But it has 5 beds, a couple of bunk beds, right? And then I don't know if it's a little bit longer, but another bed. Adults fit on the bed, and blackout curtains. This is the Ibis Styles Tokyo Bay, and charging, nice TV, bunk beds, slippers. Now the pajamas were in the lobby downstairs if you wanted them. Refrigerator, little safe, and then in here, not a giant bathroom, but it has this shower and tub. I think there were a lot of little kids here. And you're gonna find this if you haven't traveled to Japan. All of the toilet seats are fancy and have bidets. I guess that's a smaller flush and the larger flush, and then different symbols for the bidet. But yeah, this is a fabulous room. They have a shuttle in the morning several times to take you right to Disney and a couple of times to take you back, and it'll actually pick you up at the train station nearby. We really liked it. There was breakfast, and it was a buffet, and lots of different coffees, and the kids made pancakes. So it was a really great place to stay. They have a shuttle bus not only from the train to the hotel, from the hotel back to the train, if that's where you're going the next day, and also that same bus will go to the train, and then it'll go to Disneyland and Disney Sea. So you can get out early in the morning. You don't have to get an Uber or anything like that. It'll take you back at night, and it's a really good way to make it around.
It was good.
Yeah. All right. Again, the channel is The Meyer the Merrier. Please like and subscribe because we'd love to see if you're interested in this type of content. And you were in charge, I think, of getting the tickets for Tokyo Disney. That's right.
Disneyland and Disney Sea.
Excellent. And how much were the tickets before we get too far into the?
They weren't very expensive. They were a lot cheaper. I felt.
Okay. Well, the tickets were about $100.
Oh, you already knew.
Each person for both days. So less than half of what it would have cost to go to Disneyland in Florida. Yeah. No, wait, Disney World is in Florida, Disneyland is in California, and Disneyland is also in Tokyo, Japan. So it was about $50 per person per day for us to go to Disneyland and Disney Sea each. We kind of took a look to see if there were any Marriotts that might fit the bill. They were very expensive for us. And I don't know that we even considered staying in Disneyland. Because we knew that the prices would be quite high. So I just afterward, I kind of took a look to see what the differences were for pricing from the hotel we stayed, which was, different people pronounce it differently. We always thought it was the Ibis Styles Tokyo Bay. I think here, maybe in Europe or other parts of the world, it's pronounced Ibis.
Ibis?
And maybe we're pronouncing it incorrectly by pronouncing it Ibis. The Meyers might be the only ones. So I just kind of took a look to see what the differences were for a night's stay. And there are several different levels of hotels that are sort of within the Disneyland, Disney Sea, parks. And I took a look to try to find the least expensive one that I could. And I found one night that was as low as, on just one particular day in the month of December, about $228. Now, the same sort of time frame stay at the Ibis was $131 per night. Now, we ended up paying more than that for our stay. We ended up staying 3 nights, and we paid about $242 a night,
But a lot of times we run into trouble because there are 5 of us. So it's tricky to get a room for 5 and avoid getting 2 rooms.
And then we had breakfast at the hotel. No, I didn't get a lot of videos of the breakfast, but it was pretty good. We ended up having to pay a little bit extra for it, but not too much.